maybe you upset one of them, but you're not going to win, I don't believe at this point, all 4 of these games. But, man, you win this game, and a reasonable person can have a conversation about how you get to 7-5. Now, I don't believe, you win this game and now we're 10 and, headed to 10-2 land. But guys, I think you open up a victory here, and it's an if. You're an underdog. But now you can have a reasonable, no tinfoil hat conversation about 7, and then you steal one somewhere else, maybe 8. But I think that, to a great degree, is what's at stake. And I think there's something always at stake in every game. To me, that's what this opens up. To go to the next level. You got to win this game to have that next level conversation for this season.
Yeah, you win this game for another week at least. Everything's on the table still.
Yeah.
You're 4-1.
The only negative thing you could say is, by God, we ought to be 5-0.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can say.
Now that Oklahoma State game really sticks in your craw, but that's spilt milk.
If you're 4-1 though, don't you think that in a lot of people's minds after the performance they had last year that you've already overachieved to this point from what people thought that you would to this point through 5 games? I think a lot of people week 2, they kind of woke up to the fact that this is not going to be the same football team. We've got better players. We shored up a lot of the issues that we kind of saw rear their ugly heads last year. And credit to Pittman and his staff. They went and they faced a lot of that stuff head on and got better in the portal and got better all around. And so, I mean, you said it, Tommy. They could be 4-1 right now. And the only thing we're thinking is, dang, we should be 5-0, but you have to take care of business.
You know what you should be thinking if you can win this week? Hey, we just need 2 more.
That's right.
Just need 2 more to be bowl eligible.
We're going to be getting greedy after if we get this win. We're going to be like,
and that's my whole problem is when you're talking about 7, maybe 8. That's not exactly, greedy. And you still got Mississippi State, Louisiana Tech, which are your most winnable games moving forward. I'm not convinced Missouri at this point, and you don't play them for a long ways off, 2 months from now, in a beatable team as well. But let's be honest, Texas, Tennessee, LSU, right now they appear to be in a league that Arkansas is not in at this point. Maybe if you beat A&M and you look impressive doing it, and that's a huge if. Maybe you can entertain some of those conversations. So what's it going to take to get there? Let's talk about that. Your calls and text, 877-377-6963. I really believe you win this game, and now we can unlock a few other conversations. But what's it going to take to get to that level? Hey, if you're not headed to Arlington this week, you're doing a home gate, going to have some people over, why not have Sassy's take care of the food? Sassy's has some great game day packs. They call them Razor Packs. You can order them online at sassysbarbecue.com. Or if you say, you know what, I don't want to clean the house, I don't want to fire up the grill, I just want someone else to do the cooking. Sassy's can do that for you. I'm going to tell you, guys, has there been better patio weather this year than what we're going to have this weekend? Absolutely not. It's going to be a great time to sit outdoors, sit on the patio, watch the game. Sassy's has a great outdoor dining area at both of their locations, so you can head over there, watch the game on Saturday night, or probably Saturday afternoon, and stay until Saturday night and enjoy it all. Sassy's has got those original award-winning smoked wings. Honey sriracha is the way you should start. I love the sweet potato tots as one of the sides. You can get that 3 or 4 meat platter and have some buddies share it with you, or just hog the whole thing up yourself. Sassy's, 2 locations, the original Red House on North College, and Sassy's Barbecue and Grill off the Weddington exit on Steamboat Drive. Eat, drink, and be sassy. All right, round the horn here real quick. What's the biggest key to, or the biggest thing you got to do better this week to win the game? Colt? Colton, I'll start with you.
I would say that we didn't run the ball as well as I would have liked to have seen against Auburn and
Really?
this Texas. I mean, really, I think in the first half we ran the ball a little bit, not quite as well as I would have liked to. In the second half, Jaquindon Jackson got going, and then in that fourth quarter, obviously the offensive line just had Auburn at will. But I'd like to see all 4 quarters of us being able to run the football because we're going to need to lean on that, especially if we see Talon go out and not have the best performance throwing the football as well. So I think really if we can get out to running the football well to start off, I think that I feel confident about the game.
I think overall they played really good, a really good clean game minus the 2 interceptions. You definitely can't do that against Texas A&M. If you are lucky enough to force a turnover or 2 against A&M, you really need to cash in. You've got to capitalize on it because it's going to be a close game. It always is.
And to that point, that's where I'm at. You look at last year. 34-22 in the loss. Year before that, 23-21. 20-10 in a game you won in 2021. 43-21 in 2020. 31-27 the year before that. Point is, all of these games have been fairly close over the last 5 or 6 years.
And turnovers have been huge in these games.
Not a lot of reason to believe it's not going to be probably within 10 this year. Is that right? Is that reasonable? My cuckoo? All right. So special teams. I mean, they've been up and down is probably the nicest way to describe it. You can't afford to miss field goals inside of 35 yards this week.
No.
You can't afford to make stupid errors and costly penalties on special teams this week in particular. So you got a controlled environment indoors. They say that makes the specialist and the kickers more comfortable. I wonder about returns. I wonder about fair catch and and Satania back there trying to catch these punts. You've got for the first time a roof over your head. You're playing indoors. This team doesn't do walk-through. You got that screen up there. All of those things can perhaps be potentially distracting. If you're back there trying to catch a punt, you got someone bearing down with 4.3 speed on you, trying to distract you, trying to unnerve you. I just think all of these, I think this is not the week, guys, that you can, I'm not saying you have to win the game with special teams, but special teams can't be the reason you lose it.
No, for sure.
And we've seen that obviously already be a problem.
I really think field goal kicking is going to be huge in this game because we're not going to score touchdowns on every drive. And like you said, you've got to get as close as you can to make that field goal as easy as you can at this point.
All right, we'll get to calls and texts coming up. It's Too Stupid Thursday here on the Morning Rush. Here's my Too Stupid Thursday thought. Why is it that because I was on some flights this week, had some business out of town, had to go to Minneapolis and back. Why is it that people that are seated in row, 24A, they're on the aisle in row 24, and the plane comes to a stop at the gate, and they have already gathered all their things, and they take off down the aisle to get, to row 21. To me, that is one of the dumbest things that I see on every flight. I have realized unless I'm seated on row 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, you're not getting off the plane anytime soon, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, my
just,
thing is
just stupid. We had this lady that, I'm seated on the aisle. She comes sprinting up the aisle. I cannot make this part up. Sprinting, she moves exactly 3 rows up. Where I'm in row 21 on the flight coming into X and A. She runs up the aisle, gets there, and advances herself 3 rows. Then stands and then huffs and puffs, and she's mad. And then you know what she did the minute she hit the door of the plane?
Walked slow.
No. Went and got in one of the wheelchairs that were waiting for them on the sky. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? So way too stupid Thursday for me. You probably got a stupid story or have experienced some stupidity out there. Y'all run across anything stupid lately that's just, I know it's kind of like What's Your Beef Wednesday, but hey, this is way too stupid to be doing.
No, but I can feel you with that because it's just a total crapshoot the whole way you look at boarding and unboarding an airplane. Everybody gets on at all different times. You're bumping people with all the extra carry-on that you got on. And then like you said whenever you get off, there's no process of due order. You got half the people are clapping because the plane landed, which is just an egregious offense. And then secondly,
it did defy gravity for a while.
I mean, the pilot did their job. Let's give them all a gold star.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm glad they did their job.
Thank goodness, yeah. But I would say that getting off of the plane, you said it, people that are running up from the exit to the back, I mean, what's the point? There's no there's no need at all. The door doesn't unlock once the plane stops. I mean, you got to wait 15 minutes. Everybody has to get unbuckled. They got to go through the safety precautions.
Takes forever.
Just stay still. And then eventually you'll all get to the same place.
You know why private planes are so expensive?
I mean, probably because they're nicer and you don't have to fly with anybody else.
Because they're worth it. They're like divorces because they're worth it. So. Anyway, all right, SEC update in just a while. We'll do that later in the show. Tom Murphy's going to join us, and we'll talk about that big Georgia-Alabama game. Y'all got a heavy lean one way or the other? That's really the prize of the weekend is Georgia and Alabama.
it's kind of I think really this is definitely not
Games
the
in
same,
Tuscaloosa.
not the same Georgia and Alabama teams we've seen the past 5 years. It's different feel, different vibe for both of them. I think seeing Georgia kind of struggle against Kentucky early on a couple weeks ago was not necessarily a wake-up call where everyone was like, this isn't the same Georgia team, but you could definitely see that there were some flaws in their game that maybe they haven't had in the past. It kind of looks to me like they don't have quite as many big-time playmakers as they have in several years. And then for Alabama, with Nick Saban gone, it's a whole new regime, and they've also kind of retooled their whole offense, and I think they have some of the best playmakers in the country. So with the game in Tuscaloosa, I'm going to lean on the Crimson Tide in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like they've took any step back as far as, overall team performance, that they're still rolling right along, beating teams they should, and they got a big win on the road at Wisconsin. And you know what you have in Georgia and Kirby Smart, they're going to play great defense. You never know quite what you're going to get from them on offense. I think the offense right now for Alabama is playing a little bit better, but we know they're going to have their struggles against that Georgia defense. If Milroe can not turn the ball over, and if they can protect him, I think he'll be able to make enough plays. Man, as far as separation, man, I like the home field advantage for Alabama a little bit. Right now, I feel honestly more confident in that Georgia defense. I think that Georgia defense is going to force Alabama to make enough mistakes, and I think their offense will do just enough. They usually do better than 13 points a game. That's not typical out of them. So I think they'll score enough points, and I think their defense will make this. They'll stifle Alabama's offense enough.
Georgia's coming off a bye too, so they've had a couple weeks to really zero in on the Alabama attack.
Yeah, I just think Kirby Smart. I mean, I think he's a better coach than
y'all. Looked at the line for this week.
Not for this game.
1.5.
Oh.
Wow. See, that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't feel like
Georgia's laying 1.5.
I mean,
first time I've looked that line up. Arkansas's at 4, by the way.
That's got to be the first time Alabama's been a home dog in, decades. Long time.
Hey, if you're looking for a place to watch college football all day Saturday, and particularly the Arkansas game, Joe's Grill and Cantina has everything you need to enjoy the game. And with football season here, they want you to watch all the games at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Saturday's big game. Half-price apps and taps during the Arkansas game. They've got it for you this Saturday. All day long, order endless enchiladas and $15 pitchers of beer, margaritas, and sangrias as well. So come on out and enjoy the game at Joe's. Watch the big game with half-price apps, half-price taps, and enjoy pitcher specials on all select beers and margaritas and $2 Busch Light drafts. All right. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street. Across from Harp, so get ready for some half-price apps and taps coming up this Saturday. All right, that's one of the games we'll be watching this weekend. Of course, I like Georgia to go in there and win that and cover. I just think Georgia's. I'll be interested. I mean, to see Kalen DeBoer and how he handles that environment. I know it's at home for him, but I just think Kirby's the more experienced coach in this, and I think they've got the better roster at this point. But Georgia needs to prove it this week. And they played Clemson, who been so-so this year, at least certainly not elite. Tennessee Tech and Kentucky gave Georgia all they want, which gives you a little bit of doubt going in this game. But I've got to believe Georgia was looking ahead a little bit to Alabama. They'll never admit that, but that's, to me, got to be somewhat of the case heading into that. I know they had a bye week, but Kentucky gave them all they wanted.
For whatever reason, they don't play well at Kentucky. Yeah. And I don't think it's the atmosphere. I just think they don't play well at Kentucky.
Someone told me last night, Mississippi State and Texas, that line is 40.
Wow.
Here. Is that right?
Gracious. It wouldn't surprise me if it is. I mean, so when Florida and Mississippi State played last week, I wanted to see just what the barometer was for just how good or bad these teams were.
38.5 now. Maybe it was at 40 at one point. 38.5.
That's fair because Mississippi State is really bad. I mean, they're bad.
I mean, question was asked, when's the last time an SEC team caught 40? Caught 40 points.
Against another SEC.
I know it's not 40. It's 38.5, but
that's 40.
Golly. That's a ton of
5
points.
Touchdowns.
Yeah.
Would you take that?
I would stay away.
I would not. I wouldn't take it. I could see a 31-point win, something like that. Maybe a 24-point win. I don't know.
Is that any less impressive? Of course
No,
not. I mean, so that line is so ridiculous. I think you just maybe you bet the over. Let's see what the over on that game. 62.5, and the line's 38.5. I think I'd bet the over and root like hell for both teams to score. I just that is set up to be a bad beat. State kicks a late field goal to make it a 37-point game or something. I mean, you can feel something like that coming. All right, Hog update on the way. We'll get into that. Tom Murphy's going to join us in the next hour. Sam Pittman spoke twice yesterday. SEC teleconference, also at Sam Pittman Live last night. We got some highlights and some clips from that we're going to dig into here in just a little bit. We got more on the Hugh Freeze comments. And Christian has put in the notes in bold, big type here about the Dallas Cowboys. And I guess Jerry Jones said they couldn't afford Derrick Henry. So I'm sure Big C's got some thoughts on that as well. So we'll get to all that coming up as well. We mentioned the Bet Saracen app. If you haven't downloaded it, that's the one we go to. Get it in our hands. You look up the Arkansas A&M line, which is 4 points right now. The Razorbacks catching 4. Moneyline has the Hogs at plus 155 and the over-under at 52. You can get that in-game betting, live betting on all your favorite games. There'll be Thursday night football on there tonight for the NFL. Anyone know off the top of their head who's on Thursday? That is one thing I pay little to.
Army and Temple.
No, NFL game.
Oh, Cowboys and Giants, yeah.
Oh, I should know that then. So the Cowboys, they play tonight?
Yes.
Wow. You got Prime? You gonna be ready? I guess you are. Any Cowboy fan will be ready for that. So I didn't realize the Cowboys were on Prime tonight. All right, download that Bet Saracen app. Be ready for all of that right there. All right, Hog update on the way. Morning Rush, 877-377-6963, and hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
It does my heart good when Texas football, Texas basketball, and Texas baseball suck.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Progressive knows when you own a boat, life on land is a tough sell.
Come on down to Land, where you can do things like clean your gutters, pay tolls, and even get the wrong thing you ordered. We got it all. Potholes, people talking at the movies, and don't forget about flat tires when it's raining. It's Land.
Life on a boat is way more relaxing, so customize your coverage with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. And relax, knowing you got the coverage you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, #1 rating based on 2022 boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
This is the game that they are saying national championship. And we're floating in a sea of red.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with the exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jim. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jim Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jim Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jim, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Every morning in hardworking America, Hardee's biscuit makers rise to bake you Hardee's original made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. Famous since 1977 and still bake fresh every 15 minutes. It's not the easy way, but it's the only way to make Hardee's breakfast so good. Like our mix-and-match handcrafted breakfast biscuits. Select items now 2 for $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything, service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Well, 2 days away, Arkansas Razorbacks taking on the Texas A&M Aggies in Arlington. Coach talking yesterday in one of his 2 media stops. They're excited about getting down to Big D and playing for what will probably be the last time in this series, will be the last time in this series, between the Aggies and the Hogs in Jerry's Palace.
Well, we're really excited to go to Dallas and play a really good Texas A&M team. Very, very physical team, a lot of speed, just well coached. I have a lot of respect for Coach Elko and Texas A&M University. But we're excited to go down in Jerry Jones's place and old Arkansas alumni, and excited to get down there. Since the series started, I think we're 1-8 in the series, since they re-upped, I think Coach Petrino won 3 in a row there earlier than now 10 years ago. But with this being the last game in there, it'll be a big game, and we'd like to have more success than what we've had in the past. So had a good week of practice, excited to get there.
A&M leads the series in Arlington 9-4 for the Razorbacks. Couple injury updates. He spoke yesterday about Arkansas's secondary, and particularly Hudson Clark. He did, I
Hudson
promise.
Clark has been so valuable for us throughout the last 5 seasons. Certainly when he was out, and we don't know whether he can play or not yet this week. But as he's been out, you miss him. Wonderful kid. Braxton's the same way. He just hadn't been with us as long as Clark has, but very valuable to our team. Great kid. Again, I don't know if either one of them will be available for Saturday yet, but just really great kids from Texas.
One of the four captains named for this Saturday's game, Andrew Armstrong, who has Texas ties. One of the unfortunate highlights of last week was the hard hit that Armstrong took. Last night he was on Sam Pittman Live and spoke about that.
It's not really the hit that really hit me. It's about when I turned 50 years old, and they
You think you'll feel it then?
No, I won't feel it. They're gonna have the world's greatest hits of college football, and I'm gonna see myself on there, years later. But man, the hit was crazy. The hit was a big hit, But at the end of the day, like, it's football. Like, that's what I signed up for. I signed up to get hit. So no matter if it was a soft hit or hard hit, I got to go back out there and show toughness.
Good to hear Andrew speaking in a joking manner about it. And it was even better that he got up and was able to complete the
I
game.
hate to break it to him, but that's going to be on there.
Yeah, and he's right. When he's 50, 30 years from now, he's still going to be hearing about that hit, because that was one of the more vicious legal hits we've seen in college football since some of the rules changed. And then last thing, Coach spoke yesterday about finishing the game. That's been a problem for the Razorbacks. They're going to start by trying to finish in practice.
So our big emphasis last week was finishing practice so we can finish a game. And it was all about, well, practice is 2 hours. A game's 3 hours and 15 minutes and 3:30. So if we can't finish practice, we're not going to finish the game. And I felt like we started finishing practice much better. And then I felt like we have done that this week as well. And then it kind of paid off because our offensive line took over the game late.
And before you get finished, got to get started. 2:30 the kickoff on Saturday. Arkansas Game Day will start your day at 9 a.m. Brought to you by Sawyer Sunrooms, also by the Stadium Shop in Fayetteville. We'll be with you through the game, then following the game, Hog Reaction with Matt Jones and Zach Arns, all right here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com and the Hit That Line Now app. In other Razorback news, the volleyball team, big win over Georgia in their first SEC game of the season. They packed up Barnhill Arena for this one. Arkansas took the first two sets before the Bulldogs bounced back to take sets 3 and 4. Hogs won the fifth set, 15-12. Arkansas led with 27 kills, while Hannah Hogue recorded 53 assists and 17 digs in the game. And the top-ranked Razorback soccer team is on the road at Vanderbilt. They'll play tonight at 7 o'clock. This is their first SEC matchup on the road. Hogs sit at the top of the conference standings right now, leading LSU and Missouri. You can watch tonight's game on the SEC Network Plus. All right, that's your Hog Update, and it's brought to you by our great buddies at Mr. Sparky. I promise, you don't have to put up with any malarkey.
Call 888-SPARKY.
All right, 877-377-6963, our number. Couple text rolling in. B.E. in Clarksville says, he's talking about Eddie in Clarksville. I don't know what the reference is there. I shouldn't have read that as well. What's he talking about? Inner Circle. He's trying to channel his inner Eddie in Clarksville. Van Halen. Finish what your start. Finish. Okay, I got what he's saying. Now I know what he's putting up. Should read these things cold on the air, I guess. So get your text in here. I'll do a better job with those as we move through the morning. We got a few others here we'll filter through. I'll let Big C go through those as we get through the morning. That screen from where I'm standing today in Ty Spot, it's now I see why he does what he did. I can't see it.
You got to kind of...
I got to have eyes in the back of my head to see the text back there. So then when I crane my neck and turn the mic, and if you're watching online, it is...
I'll stay on it.
You stay on that. That's your assignment for today. You boys are going to pilot the ship tomorrow. Ty's out being wedding Ty. I had a previous engagement. And you boys ready to
producers
pilot the ship tomorrow?
Yeah, the inmates will run the asylum.
Ooh.
I've actually got our AI app to actually record about an hour's worth of conversation between you and Ty. That sounds just like you. So I can't wait to hear
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
But we got our moment to shine. We got to.
Now I wrote the words. I put the words in your mouth. So be prepared.
Hopefully we don't screw it up.
Well, Clay will be. I talked to Clay last night. I warned him what was coming. So Clay's going to be here in hour 2. All right, Tom Murphy's going to be here in the next hour to get us started as well. If you're planning one of your trips to Fayetteville, hey, plan a stop at the Inn at the Mill. They got a great place for you to stay. 479-443-1800 is their number. Big oversized room, convenient location. 443-1800 or innatthemill.com.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Jay Billis of ESPN, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday, all in one place. Which means you can watch the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and the Lions, and the Cowboys, and the Jets. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game, every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Over $11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to $7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is The Morning Rush.
Arkansas, 80 yards.
It's the fall inventory reduction sale all this week at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. We have combined the inventories of Salisal Ford and Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Adam Archer, we've got over 500 vehicles available this week.
Yeah, so basically what's happened is we've got a little bit of extra inventory from the summer, a lot of trades and so forth here at the dealership, and we're having a fall reduction sale. So basically we're trying to thin out our inventory, and at the end of the week here, we're going to give away a couple four-wheelers. So like if you come out here, you test drive a car, you don't have to buy a car, you come out here, let me make you a great deal, get a four-wheeler.
Plus state sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle in inventory.
So close to 500 vehicles in stock. I've got lifted trucks, lowered trucks. Man, I've got all kinds of stuff out here. If you're looking for a vehicle, chances are I've got it. Got lifted Jeeps, I trade for anything. Toyotas, Kias, Mercedes. It doesn't matter. Come out and come see us.
Fall inventory reduction sale, Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's place in Lowell online at CartPathSocial.com. CartPath Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPath Social. Since I'm not going to be around tomorrow, I kind of want to hear what you guys think the final score in this game will be. You think it's going to be a high-scoring shootout like we've seen some of these recent games, go down to? There's been some examples of some tighter, what I would consider lower-scoring game, but last year, 34-22 was the final. 23-21 would be on the more conservative end of this. 20-10 the year before that. 42-31. So there's examples on both sides of this. Arkansas is catching 4 in this game, which means Bet Saracen and the odds makers thinks it will be a close competitive game. At least they're trying to get action on both sides of that line. Colton, I'll start with you. You think this is going to be a game in the 30s and 40s, or you think this is going to be a game closer to, 3 touchdowns for each team?
Earlier on in the week, I kind of was venturing towards it being a high-scoring game after kind of thinking about what both teams, how they want to establish their identity and what they really want to do. I'm going to stick to the fact that I do think it's going to be more low-scoring now. So I'm going to go out and say that it's going to be a 24-20 win for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
I think despite what I said earlier, I think there will be some turnovers in this game. I hope not, for Arkansas's sake.
Yeah, last week was so sloppy. That should have been a high-scoring game the way the teams moved the ball, but with the turnovers, you couldn't get the ball into the end zone. You moved the ball, but couldn't get in the end zone.
That sequence flip-flopping back and forth the last 40 seconds or so was awful, hard to watch.
I think our defense is going to have to muck this one up a little bit and force them into a couple turnovers, because I do think that Texas A&M defense is going to force at least one. That's kind of how this game has been. I think you got to keep it kind of low scoring if you're Arkansas. I think 28-21 Arkansas.
Yeah, I think the game's going to get into the 30s. I think first team to 35 probably wins this football game. I don't think 28 is going to be enough. So I think Arkansas is going to have to be, 5 touchdowns on the board. But I don't think it's going to be a game that you have to score every time you touch the ball to have a chance to win either. But if Arkansas can run the ball, I think they'll be able to sustain 5 of their 10 to 12 drives in the game and get to the end zone, maybe pad a drive or two that don't get to the goal line, but you get a field goal or two. So, I'd like to see 5 touchdowns and a field goal or two that get you, 40, 42, 41 points, somewhere in that neighborhood. I think would you take 42 right now and just sit in the clubhouse? Probably. Probably.
Yes.
But We'll see. All right, that's your Morning Rush Daily Question. It's brought to you by Cart Path Social. Hey, they're going to be having their NWA Championship. The LPGA's in town this week. Ruskin and Zach are going to be out at the tournament on Friday. The NWA Championship watch party is going to be at Cart Path Social. You can join them for the ultimate viewing experience right there at Cart Path Social. They're going to be giving away daily passes to go out and see it, simulator challenges that will all be there. It's going to be a lot of fun that you can stop in and see them at Cart Path Social. They'll have free day passes for rounds 2 or 3 of the NWA Championship, and you'll be available for the first 40 people that are in attendance starting at 6:30 at Cart Path Social. Check them out on Facebook for more details. Stop in and see them in Lowell. It's Northwest Arkansas's indoor golf facility right there in Lowell. No membership necessary. You can come in to practice. You can come in to play 18 holes. They rent their bays by the hour, so no matter how many people you got, you can just divide the cost as well. And there's over 500 courses worldwide. Check them out online. Find them on social media or go to cartpathsocial.com. That's cartpathsocial.com.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-1financial.com/disclosures.
All right, Arkansas and A&M Saturday. We're on the air at 9 a.m. with Arkansas Game Day presented by the Stadium Shop and presented by Sawyer Sunrooms as well. Obviously, the important game, it goes without saying because this is an SEC game. It's also when I look at the schedule, guys, is A&M better than Tennessee? No, Tennessee's right now the better team. Is LSU in Tennessee? They don't play till the end of the year, or closer to the end of the year. But who's better than that? I'd say probably LSU right now. They play October 26th. They're a month away. Who would you like in an Ole Miss A&M matchup? My point is, you start looking at Texas A&M. I think a lot of people would say Texas right now. My point being, this might be your second, or Mississippi State's your most winnable conference game, obviously. Is it a toss-up? Is it fair to say it's a toss-up between A&M and Missouri at this point? On what would be the most likely SEC wins past Mississippi State?
I really think LSU is not as good as you're giving them credit for, Tommy. I think that's a winnable game in Fayetteville. I really do.
But LSU and A&M, is that a 50-50 game at worst?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I think you could.
Do you think A&M is better than LSU?
I think you've kind of got the blueprint for Texas A&M and LSU based off the past seasons. I mean, I think I think that Elko style is similar to what they had with lost train of thought. But my point is they're not flashy. They're not going to score. A&M's not going to score a ton of points. They're going to rely on their defense. I think you can pretty much chalk this game up to a really close battle.
Well, but the point I'm driving at is
the opportunities are slim.
Right. Where you're not going to be a decided underdog. This is a 4-point line right now.
Yeah.
And games aren't played on the betting line. But when I look, I don't know what do you think the Tennessee line will come out at? It's going to be double digits, right? 10, even at home. Yeah. I'd be so at least 8 to 10 points minimum. And there's still things that they got to go into it. In this week's standings. I don't like the fact that Tennessee's coming off a bye before they come to Fayetteville, but that's the hand you're dealt. I'm just thinking about where are you going to be a narrow underdog and where are you going to be a touchdown or more underdog? Well, Tennessee probably more than a touchdown. LSU,
you might be.
It's going to be close to a touchdown.
You might be favored in that game.
You think you're going to be favored against LSU?
It just depends on where these teams are at that point.
Based on the next two games.
Here's the point I'm driving at. Winnable football game. And now, when we started the show kind of in this direction, I want to circle back in the final few minutes of this hour and then maybe dive into this with Tom Murphy in the next hour. You start looking at this game, very gettable, to borrow the word from the guys in the afternoon. This is a gettable game. And if you do get this game, you do win the final game in Arlington between A&M and Arkansas. Now the conversation can reasonably turn to not just, hey, can we get to 6? Because that's kind of the whispering conversation we all have. Can we get to a bowl game? I think you can set your sights reasonably higher. I mean, right now, if you're talking about 9 wins, get out of here.
You got to make up for that Oklahoma State loss.
You win this game, and now 7. I'll even let you whisper about 8 over in the corner, and I won't think you're completely crazy. Because I think there's a likelihood that out of Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU, and Texas, I don't think Arkansas is going 0-4 in that stretch.
No, they'll
win at least one of those games. They'll find a way. Be sweet if it was Texas, though, wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be sweet. But my bottom, you should start doing the math. This game is so critical because now if you lose this game and you come up short, you have a field goal miss, you miss you have a busted defensive assignment that costs you the game in the end, or A&M just makes a play.
Yeah.
Now you're back to figuring out how in the hell do we get bowl eligible? Now if you win this game, the conversation is, obviously turned it. You're just 2 wins away, and you still got Mississippi State and Louisiana Tech on your schedule.
Man, think if you could
lose
beat
this
Tennessee.
game. Woo! Well, I mean, let's not get the cart in front of the
No.
horse, and let's not have crazy talk. But I think Tennessee's really good. But we're not playing Tennessee this week.
No.
But just
My point is, I think you can beat A&M, and if you do it, I know some of this is just stating the obvious, but I think this is what weighs in the balance. Every game has an outcome. There's a dividend to winning, and there's a price to losing. The dividend to winning is I think we can elevate some of the conversations I quite frankly get exhausted with, which is how do we get bowl eligible? I mean, I do remember a day where that wasn't, seemingly the golden ring.
I think you're going to have some.
We got to
ugly
quit
wins.
treating it that way.
You're going to have
You got to
some
win this
ugly-
game to do it.
Yeah, and it may be ugly, kind of like
I
last
don't
week.
care.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll take an ugly half-point win today, and let's not even put gas in the plane.
And I think that's what you're going to have to do to beat some of these better teams on paper. Turn them over, stuff like that. And I think you can get 7-5 easily, and then 8-4 is definitely going to be on the table if you can get this win.
The schedule is just broken up. The schedule is broken up for our first 5 games, and then it goes to a bye week. You get 3 games of bye week, and then 3 games to finish the season. So if you get through your first 5 games, and so we've got 3-1 right now, and we got Texas A&M and Tennessee to finish off this little first series of games, and then LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. So A&M, Tennessee, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Those 5 games right there. It is not unreasonable to say that in those 5 games that you have a reasonable shot to win 3 of them.
Colton, if you can't win this game, how can you? Can this team be?
No, you have to.
Can
win.
this team be convinced?
There is no route. There is no possibility if you don't win this one.
But can you even mentally have the fortitude and the belief against Tennessee if you don't win this game? You win this game, and now there's going to be the phones are going to be fun next week. The texts are going to be fun next week.
It'd give David one more rock to throw at Goliath if you did win.
Yeah.
And that would be big.
All right, this hour of the Morning Rush brought to you by our friends at Mach 1 Financial. Hey, how important is tax planning when it comes to investing? Also, saving money for retirement. It's extremely important and one of the topics of this week's Market Moment podcast. Matt and Lee also talk about Amazon's success, one of the most recent, richest men alive, and what the Fed is going to do about rate cuts. Got a little bit of an answer on that this week. Hey, you can check out the latest episode of the Market Moment by heading to market-moment.com. Tune in and get financial questions answered. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor. They're right here in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach1financial.com/disclosures. That's mach-1financial.com/disclosures. All right, Tom Murphy's going to come up in the next hour. We'll have a great conversation about this week's game. Sam Pittman live last night. Andrew Armstrong played a clip from that, talking about the large hit he took last week and his fear of being on every highlight reel for years to come. And that was fun last night. Looking forward to watching him back. Boy, you talk about a scary moment.
Embrace the hog.
Oh, I mean, you talk about a scary moment. If he doesn't get up off the turf last week and have the courage to come back in, I don't think you're winning that football game. All right, stay with us here. More to come. One more hour, then halftime at 11. Ruskin and Zach this afternoon. You can take us all day, everywhere you go with the Hit That Line Now app. If you haven't downloaded it, go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You search Hit That Line. It's the Hit That Line Now app. Take us everywhere you go.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick 'em, you win 'em.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page.
He means the website, which is shop on Razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Over 11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to 7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to 6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is The Morning Rush.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center's Battle of the Golden Bottle continues into September. For the month of September, Danielle Emery, Allstate and Summit Insurance advisors, will be battling for the Golden Bottle. Whoever collects more diapers, baby wipes, formula, and cash for Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center will win the Golden Bottle. Be sure to stop in at one of these locations to help families here in the River Valley and to help your team win the Golden Bottle. Follow Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center on Facebook for all your battle updates. Every penny counts.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality, price, and comfort you like, the savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco.
For hard work and the great outdoors.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with the exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. design. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine, a high in the upper 70s to near 80. We'll start to see some changes moving away tonight. Area of low pressure could touch off just a few showers. Our overnight lows will drop down into the upper 50s. Rainfall moves in from Helene on Friday, our high in the low to mid 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Well, it's like anybody else. It went in the air and he's wide open. I'm going, is that ball ever going to come down? I'd ask Bobby, how far can Taylor Green throw the ball? And I'm going, okay, if we get to the 50, can he drop back and throw the ball 65 yards? He was rolling to his left and he threw the ball 63 yards going left. And I don't know if it's hard to do. I've never attempted it, but I'm pretty sure it's very hard to do. And after the game, I looked at Bobby and I said, well, I'm never going to ask you again. If he can roll left and throw 63 yards, I imagine he can be in the pocket and throw it a little bit further than that.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
And Tommy Kraft.
We're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those.
All right, hour 2 of the Morning Rush. Minute past 10 o'clock. Tom Murphy in just a moment with us here. I want to tell you about our friends at Uncork. We're talking about how great the weather is right now. What's the temperature outside? It's probably going to be it's probably in the 70s now, going to rise to about 80. I've got this weather app on my phone that'll tell me exactly how. It's 70 degrees right now.
What's the dew point, if you don't mind me asking?
68 in Fayetteville, 71 in Little Rock, 69 in Fort Smith, Branson, Missouri at 67. Point is, it's just beautiful weather. Outdoor dining, outdoor patios. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith has one of the premier outdoor patios to enjoy an afternoon cocktail, to enjoy dinner with your lovely after work. I'm telling you, and what sets them apart is they have really comfortable, super comfortable patio furniture. You go some places, you get the old plastic chair, you get because they really don't want you to sit down and stay a while. And Uncorked, they want you to sit down and relax and stay a while. They got a fire table there, one of these nice, really elegant fire. I'm probably not using the right wording to describe this, but it's got one of them fire features in the middle. That is really cool. But all of their chairs, their couches, they're kind of set up like you would set your own patio up. That's one thing that makes Uncorked great. You get great service. They're going to have a great glass of wine for you if you want a nice pour of bourbon. They got a great selection of that. They got the Engomatic machines that you can choose wines by the ounce. So if there's a bottle that I can't really touch that whole bottle, but I can afford a glass or a half glass, or, hey, I've always wanted to try that. They've got that. They got more beers than you can imagine, and a lot of craft beers available as well. So enjoy some patio time. And a great menu of appetizers and happy hour specials and a lot of things going on at Uncorked. They're on Phoenix Avenue. I promise you're going to love the comfort on the patio. Phoenix Avenue next to Sody's in Fort Smith. It's all happening at Uncorked. Tom Murphy, you'll read his thoughts in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette and Whole Hog Sports. He joins us now. Tom, good morning. A couple days out here from an Arkansas A&M game, and This is going to be the final time you got to trek down to Arlington to watch this game on the schedule each year.
Yeah, morning, Tommy, and hello, everyone. Yeah, that's right. I'll be writing about that on Saturday, kind of a little bit of a history of the series, and I've been doing some research today. These teams are very close in the all-time series until the day Frank Broyles was hired, and then he won 12 out of 13, and that's when Arkansas kind of took command. But the Aggies have had command since the series moved to Arlington. Bobby Petrino's teams won the first three, including a great comeback in 2011 when Tyler Wilson set the school passing record with 510 yards. Jarius Wright had a big day. But the Aggies have been really – and it's been so excruciating with all the overtime and the close losses. And the Razorbacks to salvage a little bit of something if they can have the trophy, the final trophy from the series down there.
We've been talking this morning that you win this game and then you can start having visions of, I'm not saying 9 or 10 wins but you could at least maybe see 8 on the horizon. You can really see a conversation beyond just the bar or the bare minimum of being bowl eligible. But I don't know how you can even think about anything 6+ without winning this game. And I don't want to get cart in front of horse, but when I look through the rest of this schedule, this is on the end of more winnable games than tougher opponents for me, at least.
It really is, and I mean, if you just took a snapshot of right now, Arkansas would only be favored, I would suppose, against Mississippi State, maybe on the road, and Louisiana Tech at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, getting bowl eligible from the very beginning would mean you're upsetting teams that are favored to beat you. But I think if you just take the moment of the Oklahoma State game, which they should have won, which would obviously make bowl eligibility a lot easier for them. We have a different view of Arkansas, but the schedule still holds. All these teams that are ranked high in the top 10, top 15 are all playing here. I mean, every home game is going to against a team that's highly regarded and well ranked, and then you still have road games against Missouri and Mississippi State after this one. So, yeah, I would say that for bowl eligibility purposes, if you win this one, you're in much better shape.
Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports with us here every Tuesday and Thursday in the Morning Rush. Tom, injury updates came out. Sam Pittman spoke on the teleconference. He had Andrew Armstrong, which was great to see with him last night, who took a vicious hit in that game but still finished out the game. Little update on Hudson Clark. What were your takeaways from what Coach had to say yesterday and what was released in regards to injury updates?
Right. I wrote about it some in today's paper. The Ty Washington was a bit of a surprise, and Tyrell Reed. But I can't remember exactly what happened to Ty, but I wrote it down. He was dinged up, I think, in the second quarter, and I just put a notation on my book. Aid is injured, and I can't remember if it was back or leg or just what. But he came back in the game, and he was actually in on the final Jaquindon Jackson touchdown that took the long review and actually blocked a guy and then helped push Jaquindon across the goal line. So I'd like to think he's probably going to be ready to play. And whatever happened to Tyrell Reed probably was at practice this week. But Clark and Braxton, moving closer to helping out in the secondary that really held up. And they gave up a few big plays, but held up for the most part against Auburn.
Yeah. Luke Haas, he came up in the conversation on Monday. His question about, the lack of targets and, kind of where he fits into Bobby Petrino's offense. I thought Coach Pittman's answer was interesting that, hey, this is about protection, and right now they're trying to figure out a way to protect the quarterback better. You think this is a week that the tight end, and particularly Luke, gets a little more of a look in the offense?
Well, I can't be positive of that, but what he was talking about, it certainly all fits together. Like if Taylor Green has got pressure in his face pretty immediately, it's just harder to stay on schedule, where the ball is supposed to go. I mean, Has was open on one particular play. I remember for certain. I saw it watching replay, and it just came low. And so we know that he's targeted. We know that they know he's a great talent. And really, I think the structure of a Bobby Petrino offense is a little bit deeper routes, and there's more of the, for instance, the 4th and 1 play action pass. If Jaquindon Jackson blocks his guy, who knows where that goes, but it can't happen because he's sacked. And so there's a number of plays where there's immediate pressure and he orchestrates something like the Satania touchdown. But I just think that, more and more repetitions with Has and, Broden, for instance, they keep trying to throw the deep balls to Broden. They're just not connecting. Yeah. And then one that didn't connect led to a pass interference call that was the biggest play of that touchdown drive. So it's, folks I've talked to in the industry say that a Bobby Petrino offense, it takes a while for the O-line, the protection schemes and the quarterbacks and the calls to all kind of get on one page. So the fact that they were so fluid in that Oklahoma State game so early was like, okay, this could really be something. But we're seeing now against SEC defenses that it takes a while. And at some point, Has is going to get some action, and that we know.
Arkansas's defense really played a pretty superb game, and the turnovers from Auburn, certainly didn't hurt the effort. And I think a lot of people, if you just ask randomly, would probably give you pretty glowing remarks and maybe a high B or a low A to Arkansas's defense. But Tom, when you look at the numbers, the passing defense is 16th in the SEC, 98th nationally. Total defense right now, 11th in the SEC, 57th in the country. Kind of where do you stand with the defense right now that is certainly going to get its challenges downfield and beyond the line of scrimmage on Saturday?
It will, and so the numbers, when you get 5 takeaways, it hides some of the numbers.
Right.
And you heard Hugh Freeze carping after the game that, we outgained it by almost 100. Well, that's true. But 70 of those came on that last drive when they're just dunking down the field and nothing came of it. They also had several other drives that wound up resulting in turnovers and such. So, you can live with the statistics being, not so favorable if you win games and if you win the turnover margin. But certainly A&M is going to try to pound on them when their run game. And if Arkansas can't fit their gaps properly and stuff the run the way they did against Oklahoma State, then it could wind up being a long game because they've just got bigger O-linemen who can wear you down.
Yeah, because passing offense for Texas A&M, just for the comparison, and we're going to talk about Arkansas's pass defense, A&M's passing offense, 161 yards a game. That's 6th in the SEC and 35th nationally. In total offense, 10th in the league, 53rd nationally with just over 417 yards a game. So I would fully expect, it doesn't take a genius to look at a stat page and say, you know what, might want to dial up a few more passes this week against the Razorbacks.
Well, right, but it's such a bread and butter for them. And Reed, clearly, Marcelo Reed has been a better running quarterback than Wegman was. Yeah. So we'll see what they do. There's going to be play action. They're going to get that Swedish tight end involved, that, and they have talented receivers. So they'd like to be balanced, but I think A&M would really like to control the game with their running attack.
All right, last one before we go. Playing indoors, obviously a roof. That's going to control the environment, control the wind, all of those things. And then also the return game, looking up into a ceiling and a scoreboard. How does playing this game and this environment affect special teams? That's really been, probably more of a challenge this year than a plus for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, certainly the return game. They've kind of, the few kickoff returns they've tried, they've gotten tackled inside the 25 a good bit. So it looks like they've backed off trying to do those. And then Satania against UAB had, I thought, a real opportunity to return a punt. And I don't know what his decision is based on, looking at the guys coming down or what have you, but they just haven't done a lot there. But certainly the field goal game could be better. There's just been too many misses inside 45 yards. But Devin Bale's been a tremendous punter. And those guys are probably going to be aiming for that big scoreboard. I know a few have hit it. But Bale gets some pretty high punts, and he was a captain at Auburn, and he ends up making a tackle. And I don't know what the refs were looking at on. He got run into, and really, I think it was roughing because his leg was still in the air, and they didn't call it.
All right. So, and to your point about Arkansas's abilities, lead the conference, third in the country in net punting. So that's that part of special teams has been a strength. Tom, safe travels to Dallas, and we'll talk on Tuesday and unwind this game between the Aggies and the Hogs.
Appreciate it. Sounds good, Tommy.
All right, Tom Murphy with us every Tuesday and Thursday here on the Morning Rush. Our visit today brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com. If you're looking to spruce up your home, if you're looking to maybe build a brand new home or that dream home for your family, they have the financing options you're looking for at Farm Credit. That's myaglender.com, or stop in any of their 25 locations. I mean, I was looking at the stat sheet earlier in the week, and it popped out to me that Arkansas is 16th in the conference, DAL, when it comes to passing defense. And, I'll be interested to see what A&M does. They got the number 2 rushing offense. Do you go away from the bread and butter like Tom was talking about, 250-plus on the ground, top 10 nationally rushing the football, and try to attack Arkansas's defense? Arkansas has shown at times their ability to stop the run. Arkansas's rushing defense is 4th in the league and 14th nationally. That'd be a little more strength on strength. I think that's an interesting game inside the game this week. All right, we're going to hit the break. First, I want to remind you, Joe's Grill and Cantina has brought back half-price apps and taps for the game on Saturday. So if you're looking for a place at 2:30 to hunker down, watch the game, and get some great values, they've got it. They're going to have specials on pitchers of margaritas, beers, and sangria. So you can check those out, and they'll have those on Saturday all day. They're going to have Busch Light drafts on special. And, of course, the best chips and salsa in town is at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street, your home for half-price apps and taps during Arkansas football this Saturday at Joe's Grill and Cantina in Fort Smith.
Y'all are more important right now to the public than you've ever been, and just keep up the good work. We enjoy the banner and the jokes and the carrying on. It's just a blast.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60-plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is the Morning Rush.
Somebody get him a plane ticket for New York City.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
Summer is here and adventure is calling. Visit Southern Tire Mart for a new set of Yokohama tires to get your vehicle ready for summer travels. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let Southern Tire Mart ensure your vehicle is ready for the open road. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
With everyday low prices on top brands, locally owned Jaeger's Ace Hardware is committed to offering real service with real savings. Get these red hot buys at any of our 4 locations. 5-gallon fruit trees, oak and maple trees, only $26.97. That's a savings of $9 per tree. Get a DeWalt 20-volt max brushed compact drill and impact driver kit with 2 batteries, carrying case, and bonus bit set for only $159 with your Ace Rewards card. Find more everyday low prices online at JagersHardware.com.
Attention restaurant owners, managers, food service directors, and anyone getting ready to open a new restaurant soon. Don't miss Tankersley's Foods 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show on Wednesday, October the 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. See, taste, and try items available for your menu starting at 9 a.m. Expand your knowledge with educational seminars starting at 8 a.m. It's the 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show, Wednesday, October 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. Go to TankersleyFoods.com for details.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Very interesting matchups across the league, guys, this weekend. This is our SEC update brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. We've been focused on Arkansas and A&M for this morning's discussion. The Hogs catching 4 points. Saturday's 2:30 game. You can watch it on ESPN or listen to it right here on ESPN Arkansas and the Hit That Line Now app. To me, I'm very. I watched a lot of the I watched all of the Oklahoma-Tennessee game last week. We obviously saw Auburn. I think this Oklahoma-Auburn game, it's going to be on ABC. Oklahoma's a 2-point favorite. Can Auburn keep the gloves up? Is this a game? Oklahoma's now 3-1. They've lost their first SEC game. Auburn the same. If this one slips away from Auburn at home again after losing to Cal, then the Razorbacks, I know OU has the cachet and the brand name. I think this is an interesting game because of what might happen and what course the Auburn fan base and their program may go down if they lose to Oklahoma. How do you see this one turning out? Over-unders 45.5, Oklahoma catching 2.
Man. Oklahoma.
I think it's it's not the biggest game of the day, obviously. We know what that is, but I think this is an interesting game on the schedule. Very interesting.
Banged up bad after the Tennessee game.
And they're changing quarterbacks, going with Hawkins.
I think their defense is good, but so is Auburn's.
But I don't want to say it's a knockout blow you could land on and that's a good point. I mean, who knows what quarterbacks will be staying, how many will play in this game. I don't want to say it's a knockout blow for Auburn, But, man, Oklahoma can put them down on the mat, and we'll start counting to 10, I think, if Oklahoma wins this game.
Auburn will just get 9 more chances to go out there and justify their win, so it's okay. I think that Oklahoma should go in there, and I think they'll handle business. I think that defense for Oklahoma, I think they've been SEC ready, got off to a rough start against Tennessee, but I think that defense is really good. And Auburn, they just haven't shown that they're capable of having a potent offensive attack through these first 4 weeks or so. So I think Oklahoma should handle them, but it's going to be one of those ugly games too with both teams. Quarterbacks kind of. I mean, it could be low scoring. It could end up where the defenses just let players make plays. It is going to have some serious implications, Tommy. Because you're right. Because if Auburn loses that game again at home, they're off to what is that, a 2-3 start for them, and that's no bueno for Hugh Freeze. And that's what he's been saying. They're pretty fickle over there, Jordan Hare.
Yeah. All right, Ole Miss with their first, what I call quality challenge of the year after beating Southern Miss, hang on, back up. After beating Furman, Middle Tennessee State, Wake Forest, and Georgia Southern. Now they get Kentucky at home. Ole Miss 4-0. They're favored by 17.5. Texas and Mississippi State's probably the biggest yawner of the day if it goes to form. Texas, a 37.5-point favorite. That game will be on the SEC Network. LSU and South Alabama, LSU favored by 22. And in the game of the week, Alabama and Georgia in Tuscaloosa. Both teams 3-0, both teams coming off a bye. Guys, Georgia's favored by 2. This game's at 6:30 on Saturday night. You can watch it on ABC. I like the Georgia Bulldogs in this one.
Yeah, I like Georgia. Their defense is going to win this game for them, and they've already seen kind of what Jalen – I think they beat them in the SEC championship. Was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
So, Alabama's got that, but they don't got Nick Saban. And I just think Kirby's going to unleash his defense, and they're really going to get pressure. And Jalen Milroe is going to have to make plays with his feet. He's going to have to make good throws on the run. And that's not really a recipe for success against Georgia.
All right, that's your SEC update. It is brought to you by our good buddies at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith. I know we're winding down to the end of the season. Now you're thinking about, I got to get that pool covered up, got to make sure that it's good to go. Or maybe you look at your neighbor doing that and you say, you know what, I want to swim in my own backyard next summer. Well, now's the time with Burton Pools and Spas. Affordable deals right now with up to $14,000 off on fiberglass pools, and be one of the first 10 customers to purchase an AquaCrete pool with premium vinyl finish and receive a free hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. Did you know they've added a third location? They've been in Fort Smith for 45 plus years. They've been in Springdale, and they're now in Greenland as well. Right off I-49, easy to get to. That's Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith, Springdale, and in Greenland, and online at burtonpools.com. All right, more to get to, and your calls and texts. Anything good on the text line? Big C, we've assigned you that since I got to have eyes in the back of my head.
Andy in Mountain Home doesn't really trust Oklahoma to win against Auburn.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think he's got a good point there. I mean, it's going to be an ugly game, I think.
What's Hog Dog talking about? Why are we harping on the Oklahoma State game? It's in the past. Have we even
brought
it up more than a mention?
We bring it up, but we don't bring it up.
Other than more than a passing mention?
We don't do it in disgust. We just kind of bring it up.
It's kind of a what-if thought maybe at this point. Hey, Gaston's White River Resort. You boys going to talk about Gaston's tomorrow? I'm going to be out. You guys are running the
yeah.
You think I've trained you well enough to – have you boys been to Gaston's?
No.
Never been.
Maybe we need to send you guys up there and understand what it's like to go to Gaston's, private cabins and lodges. I think Big C, would you get up early to fish, or would you just sleep in past fishing time?
Hey, if I have somebody to take me, I would
get you a guide.
Yes.
Someone that's going to do everything for you.
That makes it easy.
Could you be down at the dock by 7:30?
I could.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to make that happen sometime.
I love trout fishing.
Trout fishing's the best. It's really one of the great amenities and one of the great features in our state, and the White River is world renowned, literally. People come from everywhere to go to the White River. Many of them stay at Gaston's because it's the premier place to stay. They got 2 miles of riverfront. They got a fleet of great guides. I say a fleet because they got a fleet of boats, and they got a great group of guys that and gals that captain these boats that know where to take you, know where the fish are. They're out there every day. They know every rock. They know every limb. They know it all. And when you go to Gaston's, you're guaranteed a great time, a great meal, and just always some relaxation and kick back and unwind. Here's the number you need to call, 870-431-5202. You probably know it just as well as I do by now. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. Boys, this is how you do it. A first-class time. Do it with me. Every time.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Hi, you're one of the best up-and-coming young talents in the broadcasting industry. You really do your homework.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, this is former Razorback Jalen Williams, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle in stock during the fall inventory reduction sale. Harry Robinson Buick GMC and Silas Ford combined inventories. Adam, we got the biggest selection and the best prices. Vehicles starting at just $59.99.
Got a ton of vehicles in stock, not wholesaling a bunch of stuff, trying to wholesale some of that stuff to the public. Guys, if you're looking for vehicles, now is the time to buy. We give more for your trade. We buy cars in. It's state sales tax paid. We're giving away 2 four-wheelers here at the end of the week. Guys, come out and come see us. A lot of times I have people asking me, how much for this lifted truck, but I don't like those wheels. Guys, come in here. Auto Accessories is right down the street. You want to pick your wheels, you want to pick your tires, you want to pick your lift. Come out, come see us. State sales tax paid.
You've got 50 lenders available to make sure everyone gets financed.
And it doesn't matter. I try to take your best bureau, your TransUnion, your Equifax, the best bureau, and send it to the bank that works the best.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle. The fall inventory reduction sale. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, 10-layer dip, brisket nachos, and Mexican pizza. And ask about Joe's tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jason Hill in Greenwood or Agent Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
If it was me or Ty seated in that box as a jury of your peers, which one would you rather have?
It depends on the charges.
Green turns, hands it to Jackson, right side, big hole, touchdown Arkansas! Jackson goes in for the third time today.
You can now download our new app in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Listen anytime and anywhere on your favorite mobile device. Just search Hit That Line now.
All right, final segment here. Oh, we got one more. I still have not gotten into the rhythm.
This is it.
This is it?
This is it.
We have 20 minutes left? All right, here we go. Last big push here. Thursday morning, Too Stupid Thursday. Ty's out. Not surprising that he's at a wedding. I think he's going to Cali, isn't he? California?
San Francisco.
Is that where he's going?
Santa Barbara, something. It's one of the
Santa
Santas,
something.
One of the Santas or Sans.
Anyway, he'll be back next week. You guys are running. I'm out tomorrow as well, so we'll see how you boys do. I'll be listening intently to see how y'all pilot the ship tomorrow.
Call in.
Yeah, call in.
All right, he's already begging for help.
Call us.
I got Clay on standby. I got Clay ready to. He said, "Do they want me to do both hours with him?" I said, "No. Let's see how they do for an hour without you."
We'll talk about anything you want, Clay.
We got some construction guys across the street. They look like they're pretty conversational. We may have to grab them, Christian, if we need for
turn the delay on.
Yeah.
We can't trust Ty. I don't think we can trust them. Hey, if you guys do good, I tell you what I'll do. Take you out for an ice cream.
No, not
Take you to Andy's Frozen Custards. That's what's going to happen. Boys.
Concrete, baby.
There's one. Yep. I'll even let you pick your own flavor. Uncle Tommy's just gonna roll out the red carpet for you at Andy's. They're on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. They got 2 locations in Conway and 1 location in North Little Rock on JFK. Here's their game day deal, and you can get this any day, but it's great for game days. They're Pick 6. You can mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for the perfect frozen game time treat. Swing by Andy's Frozen Custards. Again, in Fort Smith on Rogers Avenue. 2 locations in Conway. And don't forget JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custards. Walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you. There's never a bad day, guys, for in ice cream. This is frozen custard. There's a difference, right?
Big difference.
When you turn it upside down, it doesn't go out. Andy's is great. So. All right, Arkansas A&M, 2:30, right here where you're listening right now. Whether you're listening on your phone, whether you're listening on your tablet, whether you're listening to the good old-fashioned radio, we're going to have the game for you right here. I was looking at these numbers earlier. We're going over them with Tom, and, I saw this earlier this week, and when you look at A&M's offense and the way they run the ball and how good they've been at running. Number 2 in the league, number 8 in the country, I think it is. Yeah, 8 in rushing offense. And then you look at Arkansas's passing defense, which is 98th nationally and 16th in the league. Is it tempting? Is it tempting at all for Mike Elko to direct his offensive staff that, hey, we might want to throw the ball a bit more this week?
If I were them,
or do you stay to bread and butter?
I would try to run the ball and see if Arkansas can stop it. Arkansas may sell out on the run, kind of like they did with Oklahoma State. But one thing the Arkansas defense is going to have to do if they're going to key on the run, they're going to have to get better pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't let guys sit in the pocket and pick you apart.
Who's the better running quarterback Saturday may go a long ways, because if the quarterback scrambling is probably on 3rd and long and the plays broke down, or it's a 2nd and long, but if Marcel Reed's the guy, and they've got 2 quarterbacks that are very athletic, but Reed's a really good runner. In fact, you look at Reed, and he's had 32 rushes for a bit over 200 yards, averaging 6.8. And, of course, we know that Taylon Green has been really efficient when he's had to take off with the ball. He's ran it 59 times for 3 1/4. That's 5.5 yards. Would you rather have Reed out there or Connor Wagman this week?
Reed's really got some wheels on him. He can make some stuff happen with his feet. Wegman, not so much, but he does have experience over Reed, and that's a little concerning if he were to get the start. But with there not being a lot of experience under Reed's belt, I think I'd rather see him trot out there. Maybe he'll throw some picks. And
Reed is 32 of 57 passing, with no interceptions, 4 touchdowns. Wigman's 23 of 44, less yards, about 200 less yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which is why he has had less opportunity.
That kind of goes against my point there.
Yeah.
Wigman's gonna probably turn it over.
I hate
as
to,
well.
I hate to interrupt your opinion with facts, but
I don't know, man. The fact that Wigman hasn't played as much and may be a little rusty, that may work in Arkansas's favor if he were to get the start. But bottom line is the game plan, even Pittman said it, isn't going to change a whole lot, no matter who they start at quarterback.
Tommy, you mentioned that secondary, and you said those stats. Reread those again. You said 98th nationally and 16th in the SEC in passing defense. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I feel like that. I don't think
242 yards a game.
I don't know if I feel like that our secondary is really getting pieced apart every game. I think that they've played well cohesively as a unit. I don't think that they've had a sole bad
You're saying
game.
the stats are lying.
I think,
but don't break.
That they're a little bit more. I think there's some inflation in that. I don't think that our secondary is a huge weakness of our defense at all. I think that those guys stepping up, obviously without Braxton and Clark back there, that experience, that is going to be a little bit difficult. But I don't know that you say, does Texas A&M, are they going to go out there and try and throw it? Have we seen Texas A&M go out there and throw it against anybody so far this season, like to real effect and been successful? I really can't say that you have. They're going to try and stick to running that football, and our defensive line and linebackers have to be ready to play today. On Saturday.
If I told you Arkansas is averaging 20 points a game on defense, that's what the defense is giving up. All right, scoring defense 20 points per game. Great number, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think that'd rank in the SEC right now?
Probably middle of the pack.
Probably pretty low, seeing as how there's been a lot of cupcakes being played through the first 4 weeks. I'm going to say 13th, 12th.
12th?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A&M's 18.3. They're 11th. Now, if I agree with exactly your analysis there, this is the point I would have made as well, and it's well made. You get a month down the road and you're still at 20, you're going to have won more games than just the A&M. I think if you hold A&M to 20, you'll win the game. I don't think Arkansas is going to do that. But if you get a month down the road and you're somewhere in below 25, that number's going to climb because your points right, a lot of cupcakes and shutouts and things of that nature. But Arkansas's also had the benefit of some sloppy play from opponents. Oklahoma State didn't play a clean game. Obviously, Auburn didn't last week. Drives that, result in yards and stats, but no points has helped this defense as well. I'm not saying they're smoke and mirroring this thing, but, you've got to really kind of dive into it a little bit more to understand that, that 20s.
We need Metcalf to do it.
It's not inflated because it's lower, but it will fool you a little bit.
We need Metcalf to have a great game again.
I really like the secondary, man. I think that they've shown that with Clark and Braxton being out, Metcalf and Sam Pittman mentioned Keon Stewart, a lot of those younger guys that they've brought in or have came in just the past couple of years have really bought into what, Travis Williams and all the defensive back, Woodson and all of them, they're trying to get through to them, which is they need to go attack the ball. I think that I've been impressed with their plays on the ball so far this season, but they've got to be able to continue to do what they've been doing, which I think is they've played well as a unit through these first 4 games. And now Oklahoma, Bowman, he threw all over him for a little bit there in the second half, kind of at will, it felt like. But that's kind of been the only time all season, sparing a few times in the UAB game when we weren't awake, that I felt like our secondary could have been a serious weakness for this team. But they have really stepped up when they needed to last week. And a bad secondary drops those balls that are right in their hands. Like, they don't make those plays. Yeah. And I think that we are in a better position than we have been in the past with those guys guarding SEC receivers every week.
All right, tomorrow morning, early in the show, y'all will do the Fence Man Friday picks. I'm sure the Alabama-Georgia game will be right there. The Arkansas A&M game will be one you'll select. I don't know what you guys will pull out of the hat, but the Fence Man Friday picks tomorrow, brought to you by our buddy Sean of the Fence Man. 782-3936 is their number. They have a need right now to add to their team. They've got a lot of great work. They got a lot of great jobs. They need more help to complete all these jobs to keep the customers happy. Listen, if you're out there and you're looking for a fence company, this, just kind of off the note of trying to find folks to join the team, you don't want a fence company and get right over to you. If they say, you know what? Yeah, we got nothing going on. We'll be out to build your fence tomorrow. That's probably not the contractor you want to choose. It's actually a good thing that the Fence Man is 4 to 6 weeks out in getting to your place, into your job. So if you got it coming up, you're building a home, you're going to tear down your fence soon, and or you need it torn down, hey, now's the time to call the fence man and get that in line. And that's one of the reasons they need to add more help to the team. 782-3936 for details, 782-3936, or stop in at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. There's some things you want to wait on, you know. Now, you know, if I need heart surgery tomorrow, I need my doctor to be available then. But, you know, if I'm needing something like a fence or I'm needing something that can wait, yeah, the guy that's readily available is probably, there's a reason why they're readily available.
Part of that too is if you drive around Fort Smith, every fence you see on a major, a bunch of the fences you see on a bunch of these restaurants and stores around here, they got the Fence Man logo on them. And they look real good.
I saw like one at every place I went last weekend.
All right, Cowboys play tonight. Play the Giants. What's up with this, Big C? I'm looking at these notes, and everything's in pretty well 12 or 14 font. I get over here to the page with the Cowboys, and there's this headline, Cowboys couldn't afford Derrick Henry, says Jerry Jones. This is in about 72 font. It takes up 2 pages.
A billionaire can't afford a trillion.
So what's up with this?
I don't know.
A trillionaire. He ain't a trillionaire. He'll tell you he's a trillionaire.
Man, I mean, he had a great game against Dallas the other day, and Cowboys tried to make a comeback, didn't happen. Man, they need a win, and what better team to play than the Giants when you need a win?
Yeah,
I think
it's
that
your
window,
fault. It's your fault, Jerry. By the way, everything that's going wrong is your fault.
That championship window in Dallas, I think, is officially closed. I mean, it's still early, but they had so much potential for so long with a serious veteran offensive line and quality, defense, and now it's just like it feels like, it's over.
He doesn't care anymore.
It's over.
I don't care.
You think he doesn't care?
I don't think he cares about winning anymore.
See, I think winning and his legacy are so tied together that if he could figure, I disagree because he knows the price that would come along. I don't think money is as important to him as we think it is. I'm not saying money's not important. I think from the outside looking in, have had 3 or 4 conversations in my life with Jerry Jones and none of them about any of this, I think he cares more about what people are going to say 5, 10, 15, 20 years after he's dead and gone. And what are they going to say right now? Well, he made a lot of money in oil and gas. He bought the Cowboys, had a great run that Jimmy Johnson orchestrated, and when Jerry Jones took the controls, they never won a damn thing. I think it is important to him to win. I think and it's not about, hey, making another $10 million, $20, $30, $40 million. He doesn't need that. What he needs is something money can't buy. And that's a Super Bowl to, enhance. I won't say secure his legacy because he's already got a legacy. But it would enhance the legacy that I think he wants to, and I don't know if he'd step away at that point. It's not in his nature. But I can tell you this, he wants to win badly, not for the reasons you might think, but in my opinion, he wants to win so that when it's all said and done, particularly Cowboy fans and his peers around the league have just a little higher opinion of him.
Which is noble, but I think that
is it noble or is it self?
I mean, it seems self-serving to me that the only reason you're doing this is so that you're looked better on, when it's all said and done.
Again, that's my opinion.
And
it's not working.
Am I right or am I wrong? He wants to win, and he wants to be at the controls.
He's tarnished his legacy.
Right, and but if he wins one, if he could find a way to piece all this together, it doesn't look like it's going to be this year. But if he found a way now, what's his legacy in your mind? If it's in his final act, he wins a Super Bowl.
Had a great run in the 90s. Ego got the best of him, and nothing after that.
But
nothing.
Do you think he'd ride off into the sunset, or do you think that he'd be hungry for more and want to stick it
he's
around?
going to die at the controls.
Absolutely, he's going to die up there in that box on live TV.
He's got to make.
He may not die. They may send him to the taxidermy.
They're going to cut to him. He's going to sit there in his box all day.
They'll have him sitting up there,
lean back
with his Johnny Walker.
Some disgusted look. He's going to be up there forever. But
yeah. The legacy lives on. Yeah, I don't think, but there is no retirement. That's what these guys do. They die in office. They die in the job. They love the power. They love the influence. They They love the attention. He's the only owner that gets the level of attention he gets.
That's the thing. He just cares about that.
And once he's done, it's just another Jones.
Well,
They're
what
just
else?
gonna hand it down
Hang
the
on.
line.
What else is there to care about?
Well, I get
He's
it.
got everything in the world. He's got money. He's got women that throw themselves at him, man. Even at his age, he's got helicopters. He's got planes. He's got a football team. What the hell else is there other than attention?
Think about if he
what
was
can you
winning,
not buy with money?
If he was winning Super Bowls to go along with that.
Oh, he'd be insufferable.
Oh, he'd be untouchable. I mean, he'd be.
If he would have won a Super Bowl, he could have ran for president anytime, and he probably would have won just based off Texas voting alone. I mean, honestly.
Nobody cares about the 90s anymore. I really hate to say it. I mean, I just don't care about the 90s, what we did in the 90s. I mean, it's nice to fall back on, we won a Super Bowl.
Arkansas basketball fans.
The reality is you weren't even alive.
That's probably a lot to do with it.
You weren't alive.
If I was a teenager.
God, I'm old.
If I was a teenager back then, I probably would be still reminiscing, but doesn't do anything for me.
B.E. in Clarksville said that he'd be cryogenically frozen next to his Super Bowl trophy.
I wonder how many fans. That game's in New York, right? I'm so yeah. You know
they're bad
because this is not a game where where last year you could stay. Was it the Patriots they played last year? Afterwards, I think that's right. But or maybe a year before you could double dip. But there's no double dip this year. So hey, take along the Rebel Creek Copper. You're doing some last of summer, first of fall fishing. Maybe you're headed to the creek or the pond. The Rebel Creek Hopper is the one to take along. Nothing catches bass and bluegill in a pond like a Rebel Creek Hopper. Twitch it, pop it, walk it, swim it. It's the ultralight fishing lure that looks and acts like a real grasshopper. The Creek Hopper works great in tandem with a light spinning rod and reel. Hey, suggest 4 or maybe 6 pound line to have your best day fishing. Find it at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores everywhere. It's the Rebel Creek Hopper. Halftime coming up. Phil's getting ready right now. Matt is literally in the room right behind me, feverishly pouring over the game notes and the stats and getting ready. I mean, he almost has to wipe the sweat off his brow when he comes in here from all the heavy lifting of the numbers. And as you look at these numbers, I think it was Andy and Mountain Home texted in. There's lies, damn lies, and then statistics. But there's a lot of truth buried in these numbers as well. And, we've talked about special teams. We've talked about passing defense for Arkansas statistically being last in the league. But this game will come down to a lot of the things that we've seen in, last week at Auburn. We've saw in the Oklahoma State game, and that's just it's turnovers and self-inflicted mistakes. And to me, they can go in the same bucket. You think about the special teams mistake that led to the muff punt and the turnover there. You think about misses on field goals that are within range, 30, 35 yards. You should be pretty accurate there. Shouldn't be very many misses in that range, particularly this weekend indoors. Those are the things that I want to say you have to play a perfect game against A&M, but Taylor Green's had 4 interceptions this year. If he has more than one, and he has it obviously at the wrong time, it's kind of like timely hitting in baseball. There's timely turnovers too. Yeah. And sometimes you throw a pick, but it's 30 yards downfield and it's on, maybe the right place in the field, and it's really, pretty much effective as a punt. Those don't beat you.
I'm practicing field goals.
Red zone turnovers, missed red zone scoring opportunities, multiple interceptions that put your defense right out on the field again. Those are the things that Arkansas has to avoid in bunches this week. And I know that's stating the obvious, but they're going to have to play a lot cleaner than we've seen even in wins this year.
I think the blueprint,
win this game.
The blueprint was pretty much what you did against Auburn should be the blueprint. Hopefully you don't turn it over twice. You're not going to force 4 or 5 turnovers, so that kind of evens itself out. I think that blueprint you can win playing like that against A&M, but kicking field goals, I hate to keep harping on it, but I don't want to sit here on Monday and be thinking, man, if we just had a field goal kicker, we would have beat Texas A&M.
It's not too much to ask, Christian. Coach Fountain had all summer to find somebody that could kick it through the pearly post, and we've still yet to find it. 5 weeks into
the pearly post.
Pearly post.
Hey, we've yet to find it through 5 weeks through the season. It's not too much to ask for that guy to go out there and not miss a field goal, especially in an environment where it's a little bit easier. So they got to do that, and they can't make the same mistakes like you said, Christian. You got to clean up everything.
Hey, I want to talk to my friends in North Central Arkansas over in Marion County and Boone and Baxter County and the surrounding areas. If you need gravel, concrete, or asphalt, For your private road, your driveway, maybe a parking lot you're needing to fix up, call Marion County Paving at 870-449-5700. They're part of APAC Arcola. They can bring you topsoil, sand, dirt, or clay. 870-449-5700. They can pave your driveway. They can help you with any of those large construction projects that you need help with. That's Marion County Paving, 870-449-5700. Marion County Paving. Trust is just one of the things that they build well. All right, Phil and Matt on the way. Guys, good job today. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be listening, and you get to make your maiden voyage with your hands on the controls of the airplane here tomorrow.
It's going to be fun.
Try not to crash it.
All right. For Colton Little, for Big C, I'm Tommy Kraft. Have a great day. Halftime is next.
New in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off